If you've been preparing to make a course, you probably have some idea of what you'll say once you turn the camera on. Or maybe you're not sure, but you'll just wing it. Or maybe you'll sound like you're reading a news report. Making videos may seem difficult for the average person, but what if I told you that even a chimp could do it? We'll have this story and more after the weather report. Ben? Okay, maybe you're feeling a little uncertain about how you're going to take all of your great course material and deliver it to your students. In this video, we're going to get into some tips for making a fantastic script that will keep your students engaged and excited to take your course. Let's get into it. Hello creators, I'm Ben Tolson from Podia, where we empower creators like you to make a living doing what you love. Before we get started, it's super important that you take the time to outline your material. If you haven't done that yet, you can start by watching this video where we go in depth on making a great course outline. Once that's done, we're ready to get into making our script. A fair question to ask when starting out is, should I script or should I just improvise? Each approach has its own strengths and weaknesses. Now, if you're a master, you may be able to improvise while still sounding very polished, or you may be able to go scripted while still sounding like you're just going off the cuff. But we're going to assume you're like most of us and don't have 10,000 hours of experience talking to a camera. Delivering from a script is the easiest way to make sure you don't forget any of your material and that you say exactly what you intend to say. It also leads to a minimal amount of editing because you're less likely to stumble over your words. On the downside, it can come across stiff and inauthentic. Improvising can be much more natural and authentic, but it can be a nightmare to edit if you're doing several different takes each time you record a new section. Authenticity is your biggest ally when it comes to gaining your students' trust. So it's really important to sound natural when talking to the camera. But you also don't want the editing process to be so overwhelming that you give up before your course ever sees the light of day. What if you could have the best of both worlds? Entrepreneur and author Sean McCabe talks about a concept called the hybrid voice. It's a form of writing and speaking that combines the authenticity of improvising with the polish of scripting. You can achieve a hybrid voice over time through a consistent writing practice that follows a pattern like this. 1. Write your script. 2. Record yourself reading what you wrote. 3. Listen back and edit to make it sound more natural. Repeat steps 2 and 3 until you're satisfied. Developing a consistent writing practice can take years, but you can apply this method today to make your script sound more natural, even if you haven't already developed a writing habit. If you feel comfortable, invite somebody to come and listen as you deliver your script and provide feedback on how natural you sound. This method can do wonders for helping you sound more natural, even if you're only using it for the first time. The first step for writing your script is to write a rough draft. When writing a rough draft, it's really important that you not edit as you go. In fact, rip out your backspace key. Go ahead. I'm just kidding. But seriously, this is not the time to edit. If you make a mistake or can't think of the best way to say something, that's okay. Just keep your fingers moving. If you need to add specific instructions or other information that you need to research before writing, make a quick note and move on. You can always go back later and put it in. Your goal in this step is to get into a flow state where you're allowing your thoughts to pour onto the page without judging them. If you have trouble writing without editing, you may find it easier to dictate your rough draft. For this method, you can record yourself going over the course material using the audio recording app on your phone, or you can use an app that will create a transcription of your audio. There are a few free dictation tools like Apple Dictation, the built-in recording feature for iOS, or Windows 10 speech recognition and Google Docs voice typing. These can work but tend to be less accurate. If you're willing to invest, you can get Just Press Record on iOS for $4.99. It can record and transcribe your audio. This app also has an Apple Watch component, so you can actually record onto your Apple Watch and then transcribe it later on your phone. For this app and other free options, you do have to speak punctuation and formatting, or you'll end up with a string of unstructured words. A more advanced option is a web-based app called Descript. Descript has a few different plans to choose from, but the most popular is $20 per month and gives you up to 4 hours each month of transcribed audio. It automatically adds punctuation and basic formatting, and it also has a feature that allows you to edit video by directly editing the text in the transcript. You can then export a Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro project, including the edits. Welcome to the future. After you've gotten all your thoughts out, it's time to edit your rough draft. This is where you can make corrections, check for natural speech, and make performance notes depending on how you plan to present your course content. You can put performance notes in brackets so they're easier to notice as you're delivering your script. Some examples of how you might use this include the following: words or phrases that need greater emphasis, notes about something you're demonstrating, places you might want to ad-lib. Speaking of which, you may want to allow for opportunities here and there to go off the cuff in your script. Going off the cuff every once in a while can increase the authenticity of your delivery and help you stay loose on the scripted parts. A final and important step in scripting your course is to prep your script for delivery. Before we get into this step, you'll want to save 2 copies of your script, one without any formatting and one that you'll add formatting to later. Let's start with the formatted one. In this version of your script, you can add structure by using titles or bolding or italicizing text. This will help you get a sense of the overall structure of your script. This type of script is especially helpful if you're doing voiceover only. You can also share this version with your students in the form of a web article or PDF and increase the value of your course. The unformatted version is for a teleprompter. Some teleprompter apps will automatically remove formatting, but it's a good idea to have a clean transcript just in case. An important note for both types: be sure to break the text up into easy to consume chunks. It's hard to read a wall of text, but it's even harder to deliver your course while reading a wall of text. Rather than 3 to 5 sentence paragraphs, break it down into 1 to 3 sentence sections. This will make it easy to track where you are in the script, whether you're just doing voiceover or delivering on camera. And that's it. Now you're ready to perform your script like a pro. What kind of writer are you? Do you prefer to dictate, type on a computer, write in a journal, ink, pen, and parchment? Let me know in the comments. If you found this video useful and want more relevant content like this, click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be the first to know when we post a new video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.